Welcome to the Bible Voice, where we bring Scripture to life, one verse at a time. Today, we're stepping into a powerful promise, one that will shift your perspective and stir your faith. If you've ever wondered if there's more to your life, more than the pain, more than the waiting, more than the struggle, then this message is for you. We're going deep into 1 Corinthians 2 verse 9. Where God gives you a glimpse of the unimaginable. 1. The mystery of God's preparation. Let's begin with the verse. But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man, the things which God has prepared for those who love him. 1 Corinthians 2 verse 9, NKJV. Right away, we see this as a verse rooted in mystery and in preparation. God is saying, you haven't seen it yet. You haven't heard it yet. You haven't even imagined it yet. But it's already prepared. This is not a verse about maybe. It's a verse about already. The question is, are you ready to receive what God has already prepared? 2. Eyes have not seen. Let's start with that first line. Eye has not seen. How many times have you looked around and thought, I don't see it happening? Maybe you don't see breakthrough in your finances. Maybe you don't see healing in your body. Maybe you don't see restoration in your family. Maybe you're looking at your life, and all you see is delay. But God says, just because your eyes can't see it, doesn't mean it's not real. Think about a pregnant woman. You can't see the baby growing inside, but that doesn't mean life isn't forming. What God is preparing for you may not be visible, but it's growing. It's developing. It's becoming. So don't panic just because your eyes haven't seen it yet. Faith is not about what you see. It's about what you believe. 3. Ears have not heard. The next part says, nor ear heard. This part hits hard, because sometimes it's not what you see. It's what you hear that discourages you. You hear people say, you're not qualified. You're too late. You'll never make it out. That dream is too big. Be realistic. But the voice of God speaks a different language. God is not speaking from your past. He's speaking from your future. And he says, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. Sometimes, to walk into what God has prepared, you have to unlearn what others have said about you. Mute the noise. Turn down the volume of doubt, and tune into the whispers of heaven. You may not have heard the full picture yet, but trust this. When God speaks, everything changes. 4. Nor has it entered into the heart of man. Now the verse goes deeper. Nor has entered into the heart of man. This part is profound. It means, what God is preparing for you is beyond your imagination. It hasn't even entered your heart. Have you ever prayed for something big, and God answered with something even bigger? That's his way. God's dreams for you are always larger than your own. Maybe you've been praying for a job, and God preparing a calling. Maybe you've been asking for peace, and is preparing purpose. Maybe you want stability, and is planning legacy. His plans are not limited by your pain. His vision is not blocked by your past. Whatever you've imagined, God is saying, you haven't even scratched the surface. 5. God is the master planner. Let's focus on that phrase. The things which God has prepared. God is not improvising your destiny. He's not figuring it out as you go. He's already written the story. He's already carved the path. He's already lined up the people, the opportunities, the breakthroughs. Prepared means it's already in place. Think about a banquet. When a host prepares a banquet, the guests just show up and enjoy, because everything was prepared in advance. That's how God operates. He prepares, and then he invites you to walk into it. You're not creating your future from scratch. You're discovering what's already waiting. 6. For those who love him. Now here's the qualifier. For those who love him. This promise isn't for everyone. It's for those who love him. Love isn't just a feeling. It's devotion. It's surrender. It's saying, God, even if I don't understand it, I trust you. If you've been walking with God, even in tears, even in confusion, even in silence, you qualify. If you've stayed faithful when it was hard, you qualify. If you've held on when you wanted to let go, you qualify. God sees your love. He hears your prayers. He knows your heart and is saying, I've prepared something just for you because you love me. 7. Real stories, real faith. Let me tell you something real. There was a woman who prayed for healing for years, and the doctors gave up. She didn't see it. She didn't hear it. It never entered her heart. But then, one ordinary day, God moved, and healing came. There was a man who lost everything: career, finances, family. He thought he'd reached the end, but God had already prepared a new beginning. Today, He's mentoring others through their own restoration. Your story is not over. Your chapter is not closed. What God has prepared may not make sense right now, but when the page turns, it will. 8. Get ready for what's next. Here's your invitation. Get your heart ready. Get your mind ready. Get your spirit ready. Because the wait is not in vain. God is not delaying. He's preparing. And when it unfolds, it won't just bless you. It will bless everyone connected to you. You're stepping into something eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, and hearts haven't imagined. Because God doesn't do ordinary. He does overflow. He does exceedingly, abundantly, above all you could ask or think. Closing encouragement. Let me speak this into your spirit. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not disqualified. God is preparing something breathtaking for you, and it's closer than you think. So hold on. Keep loving Him, and keep believing, because what is prepared for you is worth the wait. Thank you for watching the Bible Voice. If this word stirred your heart, like it, comment, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you're believing God for, and we'll stand in faith with you. Remember, you may not see it yet. You may not hear it yet. It may not have entered your heart yet, but God has already prepared it. Until next time, stay rooted in the Word, walk in faith, and never stop expecting the unimaginable.